Oh, it says I'm live now. Okay. This. Why am I live? I didn't tell anybody I'm going live. This is what's happening. Nothing. I I was working on this week's Gazbot video. Is what was happening, and I was running behind because it should be going up around 3 o'clock today. Today being the 25th of March. It is Tuesday. I usually try to put it up on Tuesday at 3 o'clock, but I was running behind, so I was editing it, and I had about an hour to get this done, and I was working. I'm way behind, so I was working on stuff that was happening in the beginning of September, which is I was going to Godzilla Fest in San Francisco, and I started thinking, oh, I think I did a video back when I was doing those conventions. I was putting those videos up right away, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what point I crossed over, and I'd been putting together a video of like what was going on and getting ready for the convention, and then starting to get ready for travel. And I was going to see the next video if I needed to do a convention video or not, or if I'd already done one. And so I went to check, and not only had I done 3 videos and a summary, I had done a travel one. So like all the stuff I was working on, I'd already put out there months ago. So don't have time to do another video. This is the video. Pardon me. That's a burp I did into my elbow. I'm a polite man. Anyway, so I was going to record it and then upload it and blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, you know what? I could just go live. So if anybody comes in live and talks to me, great. But that's the purpose of this, is for me to fidget a lot. And then I'm drinking decaf. You wouldn't know it. The purpose of this is to just let everybody know, oh, there should be a video today, but this is the video. And it'll move us further through September just by me doing this in terms of the backlog. What I do suggest, if you're interested in my Godzilla Fest experience, go watch those videos, and they'll be linked at the end probably or on the screen. And if not, you can just look up conventions, Godzilla Fest 2024, Gazbot, whatever, on my channel. But the main thing is, even if you don't want to watch all the nitty gritty of the Japantown video convention and all that stuff, there's a final one where I break down like all the costs involved, my profit and stuff. Because I had, previous to the last couple shows I did, been doing badly financially at shows, not in my life, but at shows. And, it had been a building thing over the years where I was losing a little money, breaking even, making a little money. And I got to the point where I was doing okay. Not where I could pay all my bills on shows, but if I went to a show, I came home with a chunk of money that was worth doing the show. And that changed after the pandemic, basically. And I kept doing shows where I expected to do well and not even doing good at all, like losing money. I was losing money. And this is, there was 2 or 3 shows that kind of turned it around, and this was one of them. But I broke down all the costs involved. So if you want to just see full transparency of what I spent, what I earned, that's a good one to watch. I'm looking. I have a little chat function here. I don't know if this is getting all chat, but I don't see anybody watching, so that's fine. So what I've been doing is going through the backlog, other than a couple of these convention videos. And so I'm in March currently. If you're watching this later, it's towards the end of March. And my videos are like getting into September. So I've been trying to catch up. But what I will say, and a few people know this, I may have even mentioned this, the sneak preview of things to come is, at some point I get caught up on most of my client work. At some point things change around in such a way that I get refocused back on the Horror 4, issue 3, which is what I've been working on. And I am almost done with issue 3. This is an unofficial horror production report update. Which I haven't put out in forever. I haven't really talked about my comic much because I feel weird promoting it when I have 2 issues out that came out years ago. And then what happened? But 3 will be coming out soon. My goal is to have it done. I'm going to, I have a convention, Pasadena Comic-Con, in May. And then I have Kaiju Brooklyn, like the last day of May, first day of June, that weekend. And my plan is to either have issue 3 done and bring it with me for Kaiju Brooklyn, or at the very least have it done to the point where I'm doing the Kickstarter, so I could advertise the Kickstarter show. But I plan on having, for the first time in a long time, a presence of like, oh, I have this Kaiju art. By the way, here's my book, The Horror 4, and it's going to be a standard presence at my table for the foreseeable future. Starting at, I might not do it at Pasadena Comic-Con. I might have a few little things just in case people are curious. But like starting with Kaiju Brooklyn, I'm going to be trying to focus on that at most shows. Maybe not if I go to a toy show or something like that, where I'm just trying to sell toys. But I'm extremely close to being done. How close? Well, I maybe have 2 pages left. Now, when I say everything is penciled, So when I say left, that means inking and I'm doing grayscale. It's not color. So and that is digital. And I'm working on one page that I have to finish. The other page I might cut out of the book. So that's why when I get everything else done, I'm going to go back and revisit. Like, do I really want this page? I need to do the cover. I have what I believe is the cover rough done to like rough pencils, unless I change my mind. I have some other artists involved, a letter involved, things I need to get back from them. But generally speaking, it's almost done. And it is very plausible that I will have it done, in time for what I said. Like the end of May into June, I will either have it done or have the Kickstarter running by then. If not, that's because some crazy life circumstance hit me. And I'm not talking about even just being sick for a day or two, like something major. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. If you have any questions for me about this or anything, because I was thinking like, oh, if I go live, people might ask me questions. I'm not seeing any. That's fine, but you could put them below. I'd be happy to answer. I probably won't answer in video form because you won't see it forever, but I would answer. I'll answer in the comments. So that's what's going on. My laundry room is also getting worked on, and I think the person is here that I need to go deal with. So I'll do that. Can I give myself a like? I can't give myself a like. All right, then I'm just gonna end. Where is the ending button? Oh, end stream. That's what I'll press. So I was gonna say to the power, but that's my action activate. So I'll say to the art. That makes no sense. Bye. Oh, I still have to press end.